Okay, 8th grade, this is the second video for your pencil box. So hopefully you have this drawn. And what I want you to do is go up here to the file and go to Save As. And then you're going to name this with your name, pencil box. And then you can choose where to save it. For now, just save it. It doesn't matter whether it's in downloads or on your desktop or in your documents, one of those three. And just hit save. Now I'm not going to save this because I already have it saved. And I just don't want 4 of them in there. So anyway, you're going to save it and then you're going to come over here and you're going to close that. Okay, I'm going to say no. You already will have saved it, and even if you already did, if it asks you yes, you're going to hit yes. And I'm going to hit no because I don't. See, I already have it down here. So now we're going to make a lid. So you're going to go back up and we're going to have a brand new sheet. And we're going to make a 2D sketch just like we started before right here. We're going to start just like we did before. We need a lid that's the same size as our box. So we're going to go like this. We're going to go 8 across. Then we're going to tab and go 5 the other way. Right? The difference is our lid is not going to be 1 3/4 inches tall. It's only going to be they're 3/4 of an inch, I believe. So I'm going to go here, and then it extrudes, and we're going to go 0.75 instead of 1.75. So 3/4 of an inch. So that's our lid. But that will just sit on the top, and I want to have a piece that goes down inside. So what we're going to do is the same exact thing we did before when we knocked the middle out of our box. Okay? But we're going to do kind of the opposite. But we have to find that insertion point just like we did before. So we're going to hit 2D here. We're going to go line. And we're going to go in. Remember, we want to go in a 1/2 inch. Enter. And I'm going to go ahead and hit escape. And then hit my line command again because it was messing me up before. And then I want to go 0.25 this way, right? Now I have my insertion point for my rectangle. So if I come rectangle and I lock right on there, I can go 7 point, well, just 7, I think. Just 7 that way, and 4.5 the other way. Right? We did this on the other one, and we finish. And what we did on the other one is we extruded this. When we hit extrude, it takes that middle part. But I don't want to extrude that. I have to do another rectangle. So I got to get back into my sketch. And I got to go around the outside with a rectangle. From there, all the way over to that other corner, like that. We're going to say finish. Now I have a box on the outside and a box on the inside. The reason is this will only extrude things that are encapsulated. Now I can pick that area in between and I can extrude it. Okay? But I don't want to extrude it out. I want to extrude it in. And I want to extrude it in 1/2 of 3/4. If you remember, 1/2 of 3/4 is 3/8. And 3/8 as a decimal is 0.375. See that? That is our lid. That should fit right over our box. Okay? So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say Save As, and you're going to write your name, lid. L-I-D. Again, I'm not going to save this because I already have it drawn. Okay? So you would then do that and you'd hit save and you'd be good. So I'm going to come here. When you close out, it will always ask you, do you want to save what you have done? And you're going to always say yes. I'm going to say no. So now I already have these parts. Here is my lid, and here is my box. See, I have them here. So what we're going to do now, you should have 2 parts. I have a bunch of parts, but I know I have the 2 I need. We're going to start an assembly. I'm going to click assembly. And there's nothing in here. I'm going to bring the 2 parts that I had into my assembly. So I'm going to say I'm going to come up here where it says place, and I'm going to say place. And it wants me to choose what part I want in here. And I got to go to the right place. I don't know if I'm in downloads. I don't know where I have all these. Desktop? No. Here they are. Voight pencil box. I'm going to just take that and I click it, and it'll allow me in just a second. See how it gives me the option of putting more than one of them in here? Because sometimes you have a part that you have in an assembly more than one time. I only need this. I clicked once and I set one, and then I'm going to hit escape. Okay. Then I'm going to come up here and hit place again. And I need my box lid. Yours is going to have your name and lid. And there it is. And I'm going to go ahead and click. And I could put more than one in there, but I'm going to escape. So now I have two things in my assembly, right? That's pretty easy. Now I'm going to click this, and I want to rotate that. When I go here, I want to free rotate this, and I want to get it turned around. It moves differently if I'm clicking inside this circle and when I click outside this circle. Okay, so I got that roughly facing my box. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to constrain. I'm going to give this box and this lid rules so they'll fit together. And we do that right here. Okay, so if I say constrain, it's going to ask me to constrain them together along an edge or along a face. So this is mate. So what that does is it takes two faces and puts them together on a plane. And so it's kind of a hard thing to talk about, but I'm just going to show you and see if you can replicate it. So what I want to do is take this edge right here, and I want to mate it with this edge right here, because that's where it's going to sit. So I'm going to mate, and I'm going to scroll in here, that edge, see how it highlighted, with that edge. Now, that worked. You see how they went? They're on the same plane. When I look down them, they're on the same plane. Now, they're not fit together perfectly, but they're on the same plane. So I have to hit, if I do not do this, it will mess up. Apply. Some of you are going to forget to do that, and then you're going to be like, this isn't working. Well, that's why. Now, the other thing it'll do is flush things. So what I want to do, I'm going to move this around so I can see the other side. I want to flush that face with that face. You see how they came together on the same plane? And I'm going to hit apply. And I want to flush that face with that face and hit apply. Now I have a lid that is constrained. Okay, so I want to cancel it, and I can take that, and now they do not move apart. See? Those things are together. And I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to save that assembly. Save as. My first and last name, assembly. You can put pencil box assembly. And hit save. I already have an assembly, so I'm not going to do that. When I say close, I'm going to say no. You are going to say yes to saving it. All right. So the last thing you're going to do is open a presentation. And what a presentation is going to ask you to do is to download an assembly. And I happen to have an assembly, just like the one that we just made. You are going to download yours the same way. You're going to say, it'll bring up a dialog box and click the one you saved as an assembly. And all you're going to do in here, this is really easy. There are two components in here, see? You're going to tweak them. And I'm going to click on the lid, and it gives me these three arrows. I'm going to pull this lid back. I'm going to use one of the other ones. I'm going to use this one to move it that way. Then I'm going to use this one to move it that way. Okay? That's it. I tweaked them. I'm going to say, OK. So I just made an animation. And if I hit these arrows down here, see how it moves in? It'll go in, and it will fit together. Boom. And if I go the other way, it goes the other direction. Okay. So what are you going to do? You're going to go up here and go Save As, your first and last name, Presentation. Okay, that's what I need you to do. John Smith Presentation. And then hit Save. Again, I'm not going to save it because I already have it. And I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say, no. You have just finished doing what I want you to do with your box. So if you've gotten this far, good job. If you need help when I get back, I will help you when I get back on Friday. Okay, thanks guys.